Welcome back to Principle and Profit. Today, we're going to talk about a ghost. It's the ghost of the American middle class. If you've looked at your bank account lately and felt a sense of genuine vertigo, that dizzying feeling that the numbers on your screen don't match the life you're living, you are not alone. In 2019, a $75,000 salary was the golden ticket. In most American cities, that bought you a 3-bedroom house, a reliable SUV, a yearly vacation to Disney, and a healthy 10% contribution to your 401k. You were winning. Fast forward to March 2026. According to the latest Allianz Global Wealth Report, that same $75,000 has the effective purchasing power of roughly $60,000 in 2019 value. You've been promoted, you've worked hard, you've skipped the lattes, and yet you are financially standing still. But why? Is it just inflation? No. Inflation is the headline, but the story is much deeper. It's a combination of the essential swallow, the legislative shifts in the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, and the death of the starter home. Today, we aren't just complaining. We are performing a financial autopsy on the year 2026 to see exactly where your money is dying and how we can perform CPR on your budget. Let's look at the math. In the 1990s, the 30% rule was king. You spent 30% on housing, and the rest was yours to play with. By 2026, that rule is a fairy tale. We are now dealing with the essential swallow. This is the percentage of your take-home pay that vanishes before you even buy a single luxury item. In February 2026, the big three, housing, food, and energy, now account for 64% of the average American household's post-tax income. A. The housing lock-in. In 2026, we are seeing the peak of the inventory drought. Because so many people locked in 3% mortgages in 2021, nobody is moving. This has kept home prices artificially high, even while interest rates hovered at 6% last year. If you are a renter in 2026, you are paying a flexibility tax. The average rent for a 2-bedroom apartment in a mid-tier U.S. city has hit $2,400. If you make $75,000 per year, your take-home pay after taxes and basic insurance is roughly $4,800 a month. If $20,400 goes to rent, you have already lost 50% of your money just to keep a roof over your head. B. The calorie crisis. Food inflation hasn't just stabilized, it has reset at a higher plateau. The Allianz report shows that grocery gapping, the difference between what we think food should cost and what it actually costs, is at an all-time high. In 2026, we are seeing the hidden costs of the 2025 supply chain shifts. High-protein foods, eggs, beef, chicken, are up 12% year over year. The average American now spends $980 a month on groceries for a family of 4. That's another 20% of our $75,000 earner's budget. C. The invisible vampire. Electricity in 2026 is the new luxury good. With the massive push toward grid electrification and the surge in AI data center demand, residential electricity rates have jumped 41% since 2020. The average monthly electrical bill is now $170. Now, let's talk about why your paychecks for the last few months felt like they went through a paper shredder. It's the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. While the news cycle focuses on the flashy parts of the bill, the fine print is what's squeezing the middle class. There are 3 specific cliffs you probably fell off this month. The ACA Subsidy Cliff. For the last few years, the government provided enhanced subsidies for health insurance. If you earned $75,000, you were likely getting a $300 to $500 monthly credit toward your premium. Under the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, those credits expired on December 31st, 2025. If you didn't change your plan during open enrollment, your take-home pay didn't go down because of taxes. It went down because your employer or your private plan took a bigger bite for health insurance. For many, this was a $4,000 per year hit. The tax bracket creep. This we call the silent squeeze. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act failed to aggressively adjust tax brackets for the new reality of inflation. This is called fiscal drag. $75,000 used to put you in a comfortable bracket where you felt the benefit of every dollar. But because the value of the dollar dropped while the tax percentages stayed the same, you are effectively paying wealthy people taxes on a working person's budget. You are being taxed on the nominal amount of money you make, not the purchasing power of that money. The 1% remittance and transaction tax. One of the more controversial parts of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act is the new 1% excise tax on high-frequency digital transfers and remittances. If you are part of the side hustle economy, using apps to move money between business and personal accounts, you might notice a micro-drain. 1% does not sound like much, but if you move $5,000 a month in business expenses, that's $50 a month gone for no reason. Over a year, that's a new set of tires. We have to talk about the mental toll. In 2026, we are suffering from relative poverty. This is the feeling that despite making good money, you are failing because you can't afford the milestones your parents reached at your age. The death of the starter home. In 1980, the median home price was roughly 3.5 times the median income. In 2026, the median home price stands at a staggering 7.2 times the median income. For our $75,000 earner, a standard 20% down payment on a $450,000 starter home is $90,000. If you are saving $200 a month, which is usually all that's left after the essential swallow, it would take you 37 years to save that down payment. This creates financial nihilism. Why save for a house that is 37 years away? This is why we see doom spending. People spending their extra $200 on high-end concerts or designer shoes. If you can't buy a future, you might as well enjoy the present. But as your personal finance assistants, we're here to tell you, financial nihilism is a trap set by the people who want your $200. All right, enough with the autopsy. Let's talk about the cure. We can't change the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, and we can't make eggs $1 again, but we can play the game better than everyone else. Strategy 1. The Trump account pivot. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act did leave one escape hatch open. The Employer-Funded Health Reimbursement Arrangement, HRA, often nicknamed Trump accounts in the media. Under the new 2026 rules, your employer can contribute up to $20,500 tax-free to cover your premiums or out-of-pocket costs if you opt into a qualified high-deductible plan. Many HR departments won't tell you about this because it's extra paperwork for them. Ask for it. That $2,500 is your healthcare shield. Strategy 2. The energy arbitrage. If your electric bill is $170, you are likely on a standard offer rate. In 2026, 14 states have fully deregulated energy markets. Go to a comparison site. Look for fixed-rate contracts that lock in prices for 24 months. With the 2026 green grid transition, rates are expected to spike again in 2027. Locking in a rate now is the 2026 equivalent of buying a house in 2012. You are buying your future cost of living. Strategy 3. The Health Savings Account. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act expanded what a health savings account can buy. You can now use your health savings account funds for lifestyle medicine, including gym memberships and certain nutritional supplements, if prescribed by a telehealth provider. Stop paying for your gym with post-tax dollars. Get a telehealth consult, get the prescription, and pay for your health with pre-tax dollars. This effectively gives you a 25% discount on your health lifestyle. Strategy 4. The 50-30-20 reset. The old 50-30-20 rule is dead. In 2026, we use the 65-25-10 rule. 65% for essentials, the essential swallow, 25% for life, everything else, and 10% for the exit fund, investing. If you can't hit 10% for your exit fund, you don't have a spending problem. You have an income problem. In 2026, a side hustle isn't for extra shoes, it's for the gap. We need to bridge the gap between $75,000 and the $95,000 that is actually required for a middle-class life today. The middle class isn't a dollar amount anymore. It's a mindset of resilience. In 2026, $75,000 is a challenge, not a comfort zone. The middle class isn't a dollar amount anymore. It's a mindset of resilience. In 2026, $75,000 is a challenge, not a comfort zone. But by understanding the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, auditing your big three costs, and refusing to fall into financial nihilism, you can still build a life of freedom. You aren't crazy. The world got expensive. But you just got smarter. If this breakdown helped you make sense of your paycheck a bit better, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more wealth-building tips. Stay grounded, stay informed, and let's keep your money where it belongs, which is with you. See you in the next one.